guys, welcome to our next episode. Today we are going to discuss about the written English test, or to be more specific, the essay writing test. So let's start with a very basic introduction to the essay writing test. The best approach is to divide your essay assignment into 3 stages: preparation, writing, and proofreading. It is very important that you assign a sufficient amount of time to each of the 3 stages. So let's say you've been assigned a total of 30 minutes for your entire essay. Then you should be spending somewhere around 5 minutes or 15% of your total time each in preparation and proofreading, and about 20 minutes or 60% of the total time in the writing process. And you know what? These steps will not only help you sticking to the time restrictions and the word count, but also save you from making avoidable grammatical mistakes and getting stuck mid-assignment. So let's come up with the first stage, which is preparation. You know, a lot of companies might be using some kind of software to assess your assignment. So make sure you keep the following steps in mind before you start the assignment. Number 1, follow an established essay structure consisting of an introduction, a body, followed by a conclusion. Number 2 is note key points. Make sure that you note down and include key points which are mentioned in the topic or the subject of the essay, at least once in the introduction, multiple times in the body, and again once in the conclusion. That is because the examiner is looking for topic relevance at every stage of the essay. Number 3 is outline important information. So it is really advisable that you make a bullet point of all ideas, arguments, facts and figures that you recall that you want to quote in the body of the essay. This will also help you keep in check with the given time limit and the word count. 4th, grammar and spellings. Remember that you use small sentences with proper grammar and please avoid spelling mistakes. You know, the software that might be used to evaluate your essays will give a lot more weightage to grammar and spellings as compared to the strength of your idea. And while good vocabulary is always appreciated, but try and avoid using certain words if you are not sure of their spellings, because you definitely want to avoid negative marks for spelling mistakes. And now we come over to the detailed content structure of your essay, which is stage 2, the writing. As mentioned earlier, irrespective of the topic of the essay, it is always advisable that you follow an established essay structure during the entire writing process. It should always start with an introduction. The first paragraph of your essay always acts as the hook for your reader. A good introduction will be able to get your reader's attention and will provoke a lot of curiosity and interest in the reader's mind. The introductory paragraph should be able to give your reader an idea about what you're going to write in the essay and how you're going to write it. And pro tip, always remember that you include the keyword given in the topic of the essay. And lastly, the introduction should be typically between 10 to 20% of the total word count or the length of the essay. And now, just so that you guys understand everything that we have been talking about right now, I will take you guys through a sample introduction for the following essay topic. How are human activities responsible for climate change? So I will now be reading this out for you guys. A sample introduction. Climate change can be described as the deviation in the existing climatic patterns caused by both natural and external factors. But now we have ample information supported by data that indicates that the principal cause for the extreme climate changes has mainly been due to the deforestation and the rise of harmful greenhouse gases in the atmosphere attributed to recent human activities. And as you guys might have noticed, I have used the 2 keywords climate change and human activities both right in the introduction. And now we come over to the next section, which is the body. The body of the essay should expand upon the ideas or the arguments that you have presented in the introduction. In this important section of the essay, you should expound upon, interpret, analyze all the information that you have mentioned in the introduction. The body narrative should be structured in the form of paragraphs, with each paragraph dealing with just one single idea or argument, and wherever possible supported by facts and figures. And just to reiterate again, always remember to include the keywords from the topic multiple times in the body. And this section should be about 60 to 80% of the total word count or the length of the essay. And now again, let us go through a sample body of the same essay topic, which I will now be reading out. The rapid growth in technology and the subsequent industrialization in the 20th century created a demand for both land and fossil fuels. Scientists now believe that the use of fossil fuels, which has increased substantially over the decades and years, led to critical increase in the harmful greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and other halocarbons in the Earth's atmosphere. This clearly points to human activities being responsible for the drastic increase in the greenhouse gases, leading to climatic changes. This is confirmed by data collected over the years, clearly showing that atmospheric carbon dioxide has increased from 280 parts per million in the 18th century to the current figures of about 336 parts per million. So here you should note down 2 points. I have used the keywords human activities and climate change again in the body of the essay, and I have focused this entire first paragraph of the body on the topic of fossil fuels. If your essay word count permits for a second paragraph, in that case, that paragraph should deal with an entirely new idea or argument. And now we come over to the last section, which is conclusion. You know, the final paragraph of the essay is as important as the rest of the essay. This final paragraph should again include the keywords mentioned in the topic and aim to summarize all ideas and arguments presented in the introduction and expounded upon in the body of the essay. And just like the introduction, this segment should also be around 10 to 15% of the total word count or the length of the essay. And I know that you guys are now waiting for a sample conclusion of the same essay topic, so I will now read that out. We have enough proof supported by facts and figures to blame human activities for significant climate change in the past 200 years. We now know that the imbalance in nature caused by the presence of an excess of harmful greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is a direct result of burning of fossil fuels and destruction of Earth's diverse biosphere. You might have seen how I've used the same 2 keywords, human activities and climate change, again in the conclusion to summarize all ideas that I presented in the introduction and the body of the essay. And now we come over to the last stage, which is stage 3, proofreading. It is really important that you proofread the entire essay in the end to check for the following things. Number 1 is grammar. So grammatical mistakes can be very easily detected by the softwares that these testing companies employ, and it could surely negatively or adversely affect your scores. Number 2 is spellings. Make sure that in the end you check for all spellings, and wherever possible simply replace any word for which you are not sure of the spelling. And number 3 is total word count. And now we come over to the most interesting part. You can access sample essays and notes on the subject, the complete placement test training course with in-app instructional videos, practice tests and unlimited mock tests. And for this, you just have to download the Learnzilla Placement Training Course app from Google Play Store. And if you really like our content, please like, share and subscribe to our channel and tell us in the comment section below the topics that you want us to cover in our next videos. Bye bye!